Hey, this is Mark from the mortgage firm. I'm here with Tisa Dixson from Keller Williams. We're here to talk to you a little bit about how to get a mortgage, how the realtor is involved, and how we become like a power team to help you get into your house.
Yeah, so Mark, I just want to know to start, how does somebody even qualify for a mortgage? What's the first steps that they need to take?
Sure. The first steps is basically we want them to give us a call. We take basic information, name, income, assets. We pull their credit, get an idea of where they are credit-wise, and then we start looking at what they're looking at as far as price ranges and mortgage payments and start to see where they can fall in line. After we get their income, their debt-to-income ratios, we can then start to determine what they are pre-qualified for.
Okay, so what would you say is the first step in that? Is it taking a meeting with you, or do they need to start somewhere else first?
Yeah, the first step is to give us a call.
Okay.
That meeting can be in person or it can be over the phone.
Okay.
We take that call. It takes about 15 minutes. After that, we'll then ask them for documentation to verify their income, like their pay stubs or their tax returns, their W-2s, things like that. So we can verify that information, because when we give them a pre-approval letter, we want to make sure that you as the realtor
we know that it's actually pre-approved.
It's pre-approved for sure.
Okay.
It's been vetted. And when you go to make an offer, it's a solid offer. And you can feel comfortable that that loan's going to go very well for them.
Okay, that's great. So what programs are they going to qualify for? Do you know that in an initial meeting, or do you have to do some digging to figure out where to put them?
Yeah, definitely some digging. We want to find out what their goals are. Sometimes they're first-time home buyers, so maybe they have limited assets at the time. Maybe they need some down payment assistance, things like that. So it could be FHA, it could be conventional. If they're a military vet, they can go VA.
Yeah, I think I always try to push people towards VA if they get that benefit to try to use it. So with the first-time home buyer, is there different programs for different counties?
There are. Each county has their own unique programs. They each have to be qualified. They have to do a class for that community. And each community has a certain amount of funds. Those funds can get reduced quickly, so it's not always refillable. Sometimes they do run out of money. The state has funds all the time, pretty much available. So there are multiple down payment assistance programs, state, local, and national.
Right, so there's not just one. So by talking to somebody, they know which program they can fit into, because I think a lot of misconceptions are, hey, I heard there's a program out there and I'm going to get that money. And so I think by talking to a professional like you, they're going to figure out which programs they can fit in based on their income, based on their credit score, all of those things.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Okay.
So it just takes a few minutes, takes a little bit of time, but we definitely will get them in the right direction and into the different loan options that they can compare.
Well, we always recommend, and by recommend anymore, we mandate that buyers are pre-approved before we take them out showing properties. And it's kind of a new thing with COVID. It's just what everyone's asking for. So what do you think is the time frame if somebody's like, I want to go buy a house this weekend? When should they be talking to you?
So at least 24 to 48 hours. Because the documentation, to be able to get the taxes together, their pay stubs, whatever, if that's readily available and they can get it to us, we can typically vet them in a couple of hours.
Okay.
So it just depends on how fast they get the documentation to us.
Okay. What about if they didn't give you that time frame? Do you guys work on the weekends to be able to get them through the pre-approval process, or is that just during the week?
No, it's full time. So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, not a problem. We work Saturday, Sunday, and I'm at the gym at 4, so call me then. 4 a.m. I'm available.
Great, you're an early riser like I am.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we want to be servicing for everybody. We want to be available for everybody. So.
And if you're at the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're not getting there.
Exactly.
So it's good.
Exactly.
Okay.
But for you, a pre-approval is critical, right? I mean, especially right now with the market.
That's why, a lot of people aren't even letting the homes being shown without the pre-approval because of the pandemic that we're in. So that used to be a here and there thing where they wouldn't allow you to do that. It's my, my strict, I'm going to do a buyer consult and then I'm going to see the pre-approval letter before we go showing homes. Just again, it's making sure everybody's safe and we're not exposing more people than need to any of these houses or families that are living in the houses. So that's why just start off, I mean, you said it takes 15-minute conversation, then obviously they have to get their documents together. Yet it's a fairly quick process, and instead of, I mean, it could be wasting the buyer's own time, right? If they say, I can get in a $400,000 house, and then they talk to you and they realize the payment is more than they're comfortable with. They might be able to afford it.
Right.
It's more than they're comfortable with. Then I think that they're setting themselves up for disappointment if they go and look at those houses and say, oh yeah, I'm sure that I can get it because I filled in some form online and it told me I would be approved up to this amount, and yet it was just a form online.
Right.
So I like to make sure that the buyers, I really push that, how much is the monthly payment?
Right.
Because a lot of first-time home buyers and newer buyers, they're used to going on how much is my rent per month. And so if we can find a figure that they're comfortable with, I think it's a lot easier to get somebody into a home than trying to worry about it at the last minute. Like, I actually don't feel comfortable anymore with a $2,000 a month mortgage payment. That's not in my realm. And we could have had that conversation in the beginning so that nobody's overextending themselves.
Exactly. Well, awesome. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate sharing this information. I look forward to doing more videos with you. If you have any questions about buying a home, what the market looks like, the areas, Tisa's an expert. She's amazing. Definitely reach out to her and give her a call.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be hooking up with Mark to get you pre-approved so that we can go out and see some homes and get you that dream home you're looking for.
Awesome. Thank y'all.